Now we will try to understand switch in Java. What is exactly switch? So switch is also a conditional similar to our if else. It is also a conditional. Now why we have two conditionals? We already have if else, then why Java has given us switch? So in these scenarios, right, where we have more than 5 conditions, let's say we have multiple conditions, let's take a problem statement only. Let's say you are supposed to figure out if this particular alphabet is vowel or not. So in this particular case, you will write, let's say your variable is char ch is equal to a. Now in this particular scenario, you would write your code something similar to this. If ch is equal to a, you will print it's a vowel, something like that. Similarly, you will write multiple cases. If a is equal to a, e, I, o, u, for all the vowels, you will write this. You will have multiple conditions, right, for all the vowels a, e, I, o, u, and at last in else you will write, okay, print it is not a vowel. So in this particular use case, we will end up writing multiple conditions. We will have more than 5 conditions. Yes, so whenever you have more than 5 conditions, it is suggested from the Java side to go with switch. Why we should go with switch? Because it saves some time. The time for calculation, right, or the time for computation in Java is lesser in the case of switch if you have multiple conditions. So for that benefit, you should go with switch. Else you can solve this problem with if else also. It should not matter. Okay. So we have understood the switch. What exactly is the use of switch and what is switch exactly? Now let's try to get comfortable with the syntax of switch. In case of switch, right, you will have your variable. One variable will be there. On top of that, you will write your conditions. So let's retain our previous code and we will convert same to switch. So first of all, you will have switch keyword. Switch keyword. Now in this particular round bracket, you should have your expression. Expression basically means on top of which variable you want to write your condition. So basically we want to write condition on top of ch, right? So we will replace that with ch later on. You will have your expression and then you will define the scope of switch. Scope of switch is defined with curly bracket. Now, you need to compare this ch variable with multiple alphabets, for example, a, e, I, o, u. So everything will become a case. Everything will become a case. For example, it will be case A. Then a colon symbol and statement to be executed. So basically, you will write case A, then colon symbol, and after that statement to be executed. So whenever your case is true, this particular statement will be executed. Now we have written only one case, right? Similarly, you will have multiple cases, K, A, E, I, O, U, like that. Now, if none of these cases holds true, let's say none of these cases were true. I have given value as B. If my character is B, it is not an alphabet. So none of these cases will hold true. So for that, we have a default. Default is similar to your else. If nothing is executed, it will always execute default. And inside default, you will have some set of statement to execute. This is the overall syntax of your switch. Let's convert. We will convert our vowel example only to a program now. Let's try to do that. For that, I'll create a method. Let's say public string vowel switch. And then we need to have our character, right? Char ch. variable on top of which we will write our switch case. So the very first keyword is your switch. Switch. Our expression has to be ch because on top of this we want to write our cases. So we will write case A. We can have a return statement, return vowel A. Since it is a vowel, we will return it's a vowel. Similarly, let's complete the program for all the cases. A, E, I, O, O, and U. Now this is done. We also need to have a default. Default, we will say, okay, this is a consonant. Now we have created our method. Let's call this method now. Let's pass the value as E. So E is a vowel, right? So what will happen in this case? Since you have passed E, what will happen in this case? Okay, ch will be passed as E. Ch is equal to E. Ch is equal to E. It will go to first case. It will check, okay, is A equal to E? Is this correct? A is the current case. Is A equal to E? No, this is not correct. It will go to second case and it will validate. Is E equal to E? Yes, this is true. So vowel E will be returned and same thing should be printed. Now we will run our code to validate our answer. Okay. Yes. So we are able to execute our program and get the predicted output. In this particular scenario, right, we have used return type. Let's make our method void. Let's make our method void and we will try to print then and there itself. Let's modify the logic. Instead of return, we will print here only. Ideally, it should give us same output. That's what we will understand. Anyone who will look at this code, they will think that, okay, ideally it should give same value. It's just that instead of printing outside, I'm printing it in the method itself. Okay. Ideally, it should give us value as E, but we will run our program and validate. What do we notice? Okay, whenever it found a matching case, after that it has executed each and every statement, right? Yes. So whenever it found a matching case, it was able to execute each and every case right after that. So first we will try to understand why it has happened. Your switch case is actually fall through. Your switch case is fall through. You need to have a terminating statement. So when I say fall through, it basically means whenever it will find a matching case, right? It will execute everything else after that until unless you specifically tell it to stop. So in last example, when we used return will exit the method from then and there itself. Okay, let's do a dry run and we will try to understand. Vowel is equal to E. Ch is equal to E. Is A equal to E? No, this was false. So it will go to second case. Is E equal to E? Yes, this is true. Since it found a matching case, right, what will happen? It will execute all the cases after that until unless you force your program to exit. So in last example, we had a return statement. Return will forcefully ask your program to exit from there and go to the main method. So it will exit from the vowel switch method and go to your main method because of return statement. But here, do we have a return statement? No. Since you don't have a return statement, right, it is executing other cases. We have understood the problem statement now. Yeah, but what is the solution for that? The solution to it is break keyword. Break. So break actually helps you to break the current flow of execution. When I say current flow of execution, your line number 9, isn't it inside the line number 7 curly bracket? Isn't it inside the line number 7 curly bracket? Yes. So whenever it will encounter a break, right, it will only exit from line number 21. And the control will come back to line number 22. I'll repeat myself. It will exit the switch and come out to line number 22. It will not exit the method. So that is the difference between break and return. In case of return, it will exit the method. In case of break, it will only exit the current flow of control. So the current flow of control was switch, so it will exit that particular switch. So ideally, your line number 22 print statement should be printed, right? That's what we understand. It will exit from line number 12 because of break. If you will write break in all the lines, it will exit. And it should ideally come to outside switch print statement. We will go ahead, run our program to validate this. Yes. So we are able to get the predicted output. This is what we predicted with the help of dry run, and same thing we are able to validate also. Now, let's solve a problem. We have solved 2 problems on Replit. Now we will try to solve one problem on the CryoPro tool. Okay. So let me give a brief about the problem statement first. Given the day of a week as a number from 1 to 7. Okay, so the input given to us to this method is int day. So the day value has to be between 1 and 7, right? Return the corresponding weekday. For example, if day is equal to 1, it will be Monday. Day is equal to 2 will be Tuesday. Day is equal to 3, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that. And 7 will be your Sunday. But if someone will enter any other value from 1 to 7, we have to return invalid. We all understood the problem statement. So let's take an example. If someone has given input as 5, day is equal to 5, what should be your output? Friday. But let's say if someone will give an input as 10, is 10 among 1 to 7? No. So your output has to be invalid. Yeah. So this is basically the problem statement. Let's try to solve it with the switch. So the very first thing is to create a switch with day. So day will be our variable or expression. Now we will write all the cases. Case 1. Case 1 has to be Monday. Tuesday. Similarly, we will do it for other cases. Let me copy it so that it's easy for me to type. Case 3 will be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday. Case 5 will be Friday. Then case 6 will be Saturday. Then lastly, case 7 Sunday. And after you're done with all the cases, you will have a default which is invalid. Let's run this and validate. Yes. So we are able to submit our program and validate the correctness of it. Yes. So this basically completes our discussion around switch and some examples associated with that. Thank you.